Hi, my name's Ernest, and tonight I'm going to show you how to replace the hub bearings on the new Tekno SCT 410 short course four-wheel drive truck. This is the new Tekno four-wheel drive that's out, and we're going to be installing some new Boca bearings, ceramic bearings, graciously supplied by the fine folks at Boca Bearings. You will need for this job 4 SMR 6700C YZZ AF2s and 4 SMR 126C YZZ AF2. These are Boca ceramic bearings supplied by Boca Bearings. Also, you're going to need a set of needle nose pliers, a 2.5mm hex driver, a small screwdriver, and some black grease. To begin, you will already have your wheels removed from the vehicle. And then we're going to remove the front camber link and the front toe link. Now when you remove the toe link, there's a spacer, a washer, underneath the ball. So you want to make sure you don't lose that. Set that to the side. And we'll take the camber link loose, take the bolt out of the middle. And now it's going to allow us to fold the front ball suspension down, and we'll take a flathead screwdriver, small, and we'll remove the hex. Now the Tekno comes with plastic hexes. Tekno also has some very nice aluminum clamping hexes available for this truck. They are a hop-up. I run them on my truck, but for the instructional portion of this video, we're going to deal with the plastic ones. But I recommend you upgrade to a set of these locking hexes, because as you probably know, the plastic ones sometimes get stuck and come off with the wheel, and if your pin falls out and gets lost, it can be a bad day. So you're going to remove the pin, and we also have a thin shim behind the pin. We're going to take that loose. So I'm going to fold this down out of the way and push the axle up and out. And we can remove it. Now we want to take care when we remove the axle that we don't allow the pin holding the CVD together. That the pin falls out, then you got to put your CVD back together. So I'm going to take it this time and take the opportunity and wipe off the ball end of the shaft, and we'll set that to the side. Next, we'll take a driver, a screwdriver, anything handy, and just push the bearing out of the front, and we'll push the bearing out of the rear. You have an inner and an outer bearing. The inner bearing being the big diameter, the outer bearing being the small diameter. I'll put those to the side. I'm going to take the new Boca ceramic bearing, and I'm actually going to install it on the CVD to keep the pin in place while we reassemble. Now before we reinstall, I'm going to take just a very fine coating of black grease and lightly lubricate the ball. Very fine coat, because anything more than that is going to get slung out and wasted and create a mess in your truck. Also, I'm going to take and put a little bit in the CVD. Just work it in there with the tip of the tube, and then take it and turn it. Get that grease worked in there. And I'll wipe off the excess on the outside. Now that's all nice and lubricated, and we're ready to reinstall. Push that in there, and we'll take and make sure that our ball end of our shaft goes into the out drive of the transmission. We'll put our camber link back in place. Our bolt, our nut, and we'll tighten that back up. Now we'll come here and we'll take one of the small outer bearings and we'll slide it on there, put it in place, slides right in nice. Make sure that's all in there good. And I'll take my one washer, install it back on the bottom of the toe link, put it through the steering arm, grab my nut, get started. And we'll tighten that up. Take the shim, slide it on the shaft, needle nose pliers, grab the pin, put your pin back in place. Now your hex has a slot on one side for the pin to set in, and it kind of snaps in place over top of the pin. Put that on there, and there you go. And there's the front. Done. Pretty simple installation on this. Next we'll move to the back of the vehicle, and in the back of the vehicle all we have to remove in the back is the camber link. Take the bolt out of the camber link, lift it out, pull it down, get a screwdriver, slide the hex off. Just like the front, same setup in the front. You have a pin and a spacer. Remove your pin and spacer, slide your axle out, and the same thing as the front. You want to make sure you don't lose let that retaining pin slide out of there. Take this opportunity to wipe it off real good. Wipe off the ball end. Set that to the side. Take our flat blade screwdriver, knock the front bearing out. Work the back bearing out. Set those to the side. And I'm going to do the same thing I did with the front. I'm going to install the bearing on the shaft just to keep that pin in place. I'll take a little bit of black grease and work it into my CVD. Roll it around to get the grease in there good. Wipe off the excess. And again, just a real thin coating of grease on the ball end. Okay. And we'll take that, feed it back through the bottom, put our ball end into the outdrive, bring our camber link back down into place, you bolt through, thread the nut on, tighten that up. Then we'll take the outer bearing, slide it in place over the axle, into the hub, shim. Now we just like to turn the hole in the axle to the side to side, so that when you put the pin in, it doesn't tend to want to fall out on you. So put the pin in. Slide your hex on, snap it in place. If you're ready to put your wheels on, you're done. Very simple installation on this job here. Again, I want to thank the fine folks at Boca Bearings for supplying these bearings. They're good high quality ceramic bearing, so we should get a lot of good use, reduction in friction. Anything that reduces friction increases speed on the track. So that's all I got for today. I hope this helped you out, and I'll catch up with you on the next one. Bye.